Welcome to Story Weaver. Here were two characters named Jack and Emily, and they were on a quest to reach the top of a dark tower that loomed in the distance. The tower was said to be full of secrets and danger, but Jack and Emily were determined to reach the top and uncover its mysteries. As they approached the tower, they could feel a sense of unease in the air. The tower seemed to cast a shadow over the entire area, and they could hear strange whispers coming from within its walls. But they pressed on, determined to reach their goal. The two of them entered the tower and began to climb the spiral staircase that wound its way to the top. The staircase was dark and damp, and they could feel their footsteps echoing throughout the tower. As they climbed higher and higher, they started to encounter strange creatures and obstacles, but they pressed on, using their wits and skills to overcome each challenge. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they reached the top of the tower. There, they found an enormous room filled with treasure and secrets, but there was also an antagonist waiting for them. The antagonist was a powerful wizard who had been guarding the secrets of the tower for many years. Jack and Emily confronted the wizard, and a fierce battle ensued. In the heat of the battle, Jack realized something about himself. He had always thought of himself as a brave warrior, but he had been relying too much on his sword and his physical strength. He had not been using his wit and intelligence, the true weapons of a true hero. With this newfound realization, Jack changed his approach and started using his mind to outsmart the wizard. He created illusions and distractions, using the wizard's own magic against him. In the end, Jack emerged victorious, defeating the wizard and freeing the secrets of the tower. As Jack and Emily left the tower, they both felt a sense of self-discovery. Jack realized that he was not just a brave warrior, but a clever and resourceful hero. And Emily learned that she was not just a sidekick, but a valuable and capable ally. Together, they continued on their quest, ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. With their newfound confidence, Jack and Emily continued on their quest, eager to face any challenges that lay ahead. However, their journey was far from smooth, and they soon found themselves facing a series of difficult obstacles and enemies. One day, as they were making their way through a dense forest, they stumbled upon a clearing where a group of bandits had set up camp. Jack and Emily tried to sneak past them, but they were quickly discovered, and a fierce battle broke out. In the heat of the battle, Jack was separated from Emily and found himself surrounded by the bandits. Just when he thought all was lost, Emily came to his rescue, fighting off the bandits and saving his life. However, in the chaos of the fight, Emily had also fallen, and Jack was forced to carry her to safety. As they made their way through the forest, Jack's mind was filled with thoughts of Emily and the dangers she faced. He felt guilty for not being able to protect her and determined to make it up to her. However, he soon realized that Emily had her own embarrassing moment that she was dealing with. During the battle, Emily's cloak had become caught on a branch, and when she tried to free herself, she ended up falling and landing face-first in a mud puddle. She was mortified and felt like everyone was laughing at her. Jack could see the embarrassment in her eyes, and he realized that he had been so focused on himself that he had not noticed her struggles. To make up for this, Jack decided to take a detour and find a special flower that was said to have healing properties. He found the flower and brought it back to Emily, who was overjoyed and grateful. They both learned that sometimes the best way to help someone is to show them that you care. With their relationship strengthened, Jack and Emily continued on their quest, facing each challenge with confidence and determination. They were ready for whatever lay ahead, and they were determined to reach their goal, no matter what obstacles they faced. As Jack and Emily journeyed on, they found themselves facing their greatest challenge yet. They had finally reached the heart of the Dark Tower, where they discovered that the true villain was not the wizard they had defeated, but a much greater evil. The evil was a powerful demon that had taken control of the tower and was using its power to spread darkness and chaos throughout the land. Jack and Emily knew that they had to defeat the demon if they wanted to save the kingdom, but they soon realized that they were no match for its immense power. Just when all hope seemed lost, Jack had an idea. He remembered the story of a powerful artifact that was said to be able to defeat the demon and restore balance to the land. The artifact was said to be hidden within the tower, and Jack and Emily set out to find it. The search for the artifact was filled with challenges and obstacles that tested Jack and Emily's bravery and determination. One of the most difficult challenges they faced was crossing a massive, treacherous chasm. The chasm was a deep, dark gap that separated two towering cliffs, and it was filled with jagged rocks and rushing rapids far below. The only way to cross was by using a narrow, unstable bridge that was suspended high above the chasm. As Jack and Emily approached the bridge, they could see that it was old and rickety, and that it swayed back and forth in the wind. They both knew that crossing the bridge would be a dangerous task, but they also knew that they had no choice if they wanted to find the artifact. With a deep breath, Jack took the first step onto the bridge, and Emily followed closely behind. They moved slowly and carefully, trying to keep their balance on the unsteady boards. As they made their way across the bridge, the wind picked up, and the bridge began to sway more violently. Jack and Emily both gasped as the boards beneath their feet creaked and groaned, threatening to give way at any moment. Despite the danger, Jack and Emily refused to give up. They kept moving forward, inch by inch, until they finally made it to the other side of the chasm. They breathed a sigh of relief as they stepped off the bridge and onto solid ground, knowing that they had conquered one more challenge of their journey. Their success gave them the confidence and determination they needed to face the next challenge, and they continued their quest for the artifact with renewed energy and courage. As they searched, they encountered many obstacles along the way, from fierce beasts to deadly traps. But they never lost hope, and their determination and friendship only grew stronger with each obstacle they faced. Eventually, they discovered that the artifact was hidden deep within the heart of the tower. They knew that this was their final challenge, and they approached it with great caution. When they finally found the artifact, they discovered that it was guarded by a powerful spell. They had to solve a series of puzzles and defeat a series of guardians to gain access to the artifact. After they finally retrieved the artifact, they realized that there was a terrible price to pay to use it. The artifact required a sacrifice, and one of them had to give their life to activate it. Jack and Emily were both shocked and heartbroken at the thought of losing each other. They had been through so much together and had become the closest of friends. But they knew that they had to make a sacrifice if they wanted to save the kingdom and defeat the demon. Emily could see the conflict in Jack's eyes and knew what he was thinking. She told Jack that she was willing to make the sacrifice, but Jack refused. He told her that he was the one who had started the quest and that he was the one who had to finish it. He also told her that he was not willing to let her sacrifice so much for him. In the end, it was Jack who made the sacrifice. He knew that he was the one who had started the quest, and he felt that it was his responsibility to finish it. He also knew that Emily was stronger than he was and that she would be able to carry on without him, but he knew he couldn't carry on without her. With a heavy heart, Jack approached the demon, raised the artifact high, and plunged it into the demon's heart. The demon let out a terrible scream, and the tower began to shake and crumble. But Jack's sacrifice was not in vain, for with the demon defeated, peace was restored to the kingdom, and the artifact became a symbol of bravery and friendship. As Emily made her way down the stairs, she could feel the tower collapsing around her. She was running as fast as she could, but she knew that she would not be able to make it out in time. Suddenly, a bright light appeared, and found herself and Jack transported to a safe place outside the tower. As they looked back, they saw the tower collapse into dust, and the demon was gone. The kingdom was saved, and peace was restored. Jack and Emily hugged each other, both realizing that they had been through a great adventure and that they had each other to thank for their success. But Jack's sacrifice was not without consequence. He needed to visit the ruins once a week, otherwise he would slowly become paralyzed. The kingdom was forever changed by his bravery, and he became a legend. Emily wrote a book about their journey, and it became a classic, inspiring generations to come. Jack and Emily continued to journey together, facing new challenges and making new discoveries, but they never forgot the sacrifice that Jack had made and the friendship that had saved the kingdom.